Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Gall. And he fires one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. On first down, Fields. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw. Fields. That one complete to Hill. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on his first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field and following the pick six. And they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and he'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Corey Grant, 83 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, 22 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. These two teams all tied after 1. So on now is the punter, Matt Bosher, to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
A gain there of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off the play fake. Fields. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
You see me? You see me?
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Off play action. Fields. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On second down, it's Johnson. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Goff on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking to throw on second down. Fields. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 87 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. We have hit. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 2. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, with them trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And, boy, he did it there.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 24.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They go back to Grant. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. Check.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
And that's another big-time run, and it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And the ball is knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Following the fumble recovery, gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
To try again after the sack. Goff toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
We got to worry about a grounding call when you're throwing from back there. No flag on that play, but maybe, possibly.
Well, that's one that we have certainly seen called before.
Yeah, I think what you have to be cognizant of is where he is on the field. Is he in the pocket or out of the pocket? About whether or not that flag would be pulled.
Now Johnson. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
You got it. You got it.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Rush in. Rush in.
Fights him off. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
That's it, baby. We go home.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make him play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check 59, Mike. Look at him. 59, Mike to 59. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And the blitz does come. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Goff throwing again. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing again is gone. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go on 4th. Gone. And that is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
He's still rushing this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
2nd and 11. Yeah, he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now Goff.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have